Hi, this is Amber.
And this is Lisa.
And you're listening to Unexplained Arkansas, a new podcast that explores urban legends, mysteries, and the unsolved in the natural state.
We're just two best friends discussing the unexplained in Arkansas.
Welcome to another episode of Unexplained Arkansas. This is Amber.
And this is Lisa.
And we are
Singing.
glad you joined us for another fun-filled podcast episode.
Yes. Fun and filled.
Filled, yes.
Filled.
That
sounds weird.
Filled with exhaustion, I think, right now. This is our second episode tonight, and we were going to try to record two, one after the other. I don't know if we'll do that again because this is
Maybe.
tiring for me. No, I'm kidding.
Maybe.
Well, I am usually starting my bedtime routine at 7:45.
Yeah, it's already 9 p.m. So Amber is like
Already asleep.
Oh, I gotta go to bed because she is old, dude. She's old.
You're older than me.
Hey, and I will lord it over you. You better listen to your elder. So,
Well,
7 months.
The older I get, the sooner I go to bed. And I used to be really a night owl, especially in college and in my 20s. 6 hours of sleep, that was enough. Now I need 10. I need 10 good hours.
So you reverted back to being a baby?
Either that or an old lady. I don't know. I love to sleep. My husband thinks I nap too much, which is 100% true. So,
I'm with him.
Well, if you're trying to find me between the hours of 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock, I'm probably taking a nap somewhere.
With your baby. You nap with your baby. I get it.
I do. I take a nap. Max likes to nap with me. And that's just the most, the most, soothing thing to have your little baby there just sleeping and, snoring and kicking. Actually, he's not that fun to sleep with. He's a kicker. So,
yeah. If Elle would curl up with me and us take a nap for a couple hours, I'll do it. I'll sign me up now.
Well, I actually took a nap. Well, I took a nap this afternoon knowing we were going to do two podcasts, one right after the other. And I took a really long, nice nap, the one where the kind that when you wake up, you don't know what day it is. That was the kind of nap I had. Yes, that was the kind of nap I had today. And I'm still just not alert. So, it hasn't been a hard day at all. It's been
I was about to say,
son's birthday.
You're not working today.
No, I'm off on Christmas break. So I have no reason for anyone to feel bad for me today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I get to sleep late tomorrow.
Yeah.
I get to sleep late.
I have been living large, really since May, but obviously I'm not subbing. So what did I even do today? Oh, I went to I went to Captain D's with Jeff and Dorothy.
You didn't tell me that. You went to Captain D's?
I completely forgot, and I should have. Actually, we said we weren't going to talk about food.
I just think that's
too late.
Part of
too late. Yeah.
And I have had people ask me, well, what do you get at Captain D's? And I'm like, well, I don't know. I get that breaded fish stuff,
Yeah. You said you get that seafood platter.
Oh, I got that last time because I wanted to shake things up.
Oh, okay. I did get the 2-piece. I got a 2-piece breaded fish, and I got it spicy, and it was really spicy. And Jeff was like, "It's not spicy," and I'm like, "It is spicy." It was still good, but it was really
spicy.
It was spicy. It had an after kick, and a kick you in the face. The after part. So, anywho, but yeah, I had Captain D's, and I went grocery shopping, and I did stuff for Elle. I drove Elle around because she didn't have school, but she had cheer and she had dance, and I had to get her food. I had to do her bidding.
Well, I didn't have to drive Bo around because he turned 16 today and got his car, and all is well.
Yay.
So
Yay, Bo.
So he's going to be driving himself.
Does he have a curfew?
Yeah, of course he does. He's
What's
actually
his curfew?
home right now.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's like 10:30, 11. Well, on school nights, it's different. So.
Okay. I told Elle this. I said nothing good happens after 10:30.
That's true. That is
nothing good. So
except maybe a late movie.
But they are sophomores. It's not like they're seniors. So
yes,
I feel like your curfew grows with your age.
I think so too. I don't remember what our curfews were in high school.
Oh,
I remember.
I do.
I don't. I mean, mine was flexible. Yours never.
You were always home.
I know.
Always home. You're like, let's go to my house. Like, yeah, we're always home with one of your county boyfriends. You're like,
Chihuahua. My county boyfriends and my Chihuahua.
Your scooter. Oh my goodness. His tongue would not go in his mouth.
I remember when you did a cartoon of Scooter for the school newspaper. That was wonderful.
I did. I think I said, I made him look like the Taco Bell dog and said, "Yo quiero Taco Bell."
Well, yeah.
Yes.
He was so cute. God rest Scooter. So,
what year did he pass?
Remember he passed in college, second year of college.
Oh.
I don't know. He didn't live very long because he ate a steady diet of bologna.
Which is why he couldn't get his tongue back in his mouth.
Well, my grandmother fed him bologna all the time. And,
oh my goodness.
And,
that dog. I feel bad. He was cute. He was cute. That's terrible.
Speaking of living large, he lived large for a long time. So,
like us in our days.
Yeah. No,
okay, we're transcribing. And it's 5 days till Christmas. People get your stuff done. So get your stuff done.
All mine's done. I'm pretty much done.
I have a few gifts to wrap.
I want to live stream or at least video you opening your gift from me because it's gonna be so funny.
You're gonna love your gift from me, and I win. I'm going to win.
Oh no!
Winning.
I'm going to win. Gift giving is my love language, and I'm a good gifter.
It is.
And this is absolutely so hilarious. Every time the other part of it came in today, and I opened the box, and I just laughed maniacally. I was like, so I can't wait for you to open your gift. So we may live stream, or we may
do it.
We may put that on Facebook.
We can video it and do a Reels. Hello on Insta.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll put it on Instagram.
Call it Insta. What are you? I said kids?
Yes. I am hip. I don't know if you know this, but I am
You're
super
the hipster in your own mind.
Elle told me something. Yeah, Elle did tell me. She goes, "Yeah, we're straight," and I'm like, "What does that mean?" And she's like, "That means we're, someone's like, hey, are you cool with me?" It would be like, "Yeah, we're straight." Like we're straight.
Oh, nice.
I am hip to the lingo. The fact that I just said hip to the lingo tells you I'm not.
What you just said makes me think of I don't know, you should be on the Golden Girls or something. I don't know. Wow.
Oh my goodness, Golden Girls.
Yeah.
Oh, don't even. We are not that old.
We're not. We're not.
They're not.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. One day we'll be doing this podcast out on the lanai.
Yeah. We're gonna be in assisted living.
I need assistance every single day of my life. I need assistance with 3 kids.
Well, you're living in a frat house, so
I am. I'm living.
You're the opposite of assisted living.
Yeah, I'm living in a frat house, and I'm the only one not having any fun. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You're
the maid. Sorry.
Yeah, I am.
You're
I'm
the cook
Alice.
and the maid.
I'm Alice. I just gotta rename myself Alice.
There you go.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say Mrs. Garrett, but she wasn't
a maid. Mrs. Garrett
was like the house mom,
mentor and a friend, and
maybe you're the Mrs. Garrett and not just like the Alice.
I'm not a Mrs. Garrett.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Well, probably Alice, just to make us feel really old today. Alice was probably
lady
our
from
age.
The Brady Bunch. What?
Well, Alice
No,
was
she's
probably
not.
Well, when she filmed the Brady Bunch, I bet she was about our age. I bet she was in her 40s. She just had an old lady hair. Well, she just had an old lady hairdo. I bet she.
You think she was in her 40s? I'm gonna look that up when you're talking.
Okay. Well, we may tell you at the end of the episode how old.
Okay.
What was her name? I don't remember. But anyway, okay. So let's get started. We are at 11:36. So this is a lot of small talk. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Today we are going to talk about the mysterious glowing cave of Cushman, Arkansas.
Ooh. Yes. I don't know anything about this too, so I'm intrigued.
Well, to be 100% transparent, I didn't know very much about it either. I have a really good friend named Kayla who is a cave expert person. I don't know what you call a cave expert, but she is that. She's a professor of business, but she's also an expert in caves. And
a cave spurt.
A cave spurt. We'll just call her Kayla the cave spurt. But yeah, she does this stuff all the time. And she sent me a message a couple weeks ago and said, "Hey, check out Blowing Cave. It's pretty cool." And sure enough, I was like, I cannot believe this has been like an hour away from my house all these years. I've never heard of it. So I think to me, that's one of the best parts of doing this podcast is experiencing all these things in our own state that we have never really gotten to do before. And we're hearing about stories that we've never heard. A lot of these things we're talking about, yes, we've heard it here or there, but some things are completely, totally new to us. And this is one of those stories that were completely new. It was new to me, and I know it was new to you. So it's probably going to be new to several people, but hopefully after this podcast, people will know a little bit more about the legendary Blowing Cave and, just a few cool facts about that part of our natural state. Okay. So some fast facts. Yes. Okay, so some fast facts from geography. That's what I titled this part of my notes. Fast facts from geography. All right, so Cushman is located in Independence County, and in 2020, the population was 433 people. And I looked, and in like 1970, the population was like 420 or something like that. So, golly, was 1970 50 years ago? Oh my gosh.
Yes, because my sister... Sorry, she was born in 71, and
Speaking of maniacal laughing.
Did you like that?
Oh yeah, that was a little weird.
I'm gonna tell her that she's mentioned. I love you.
I love you too, Dee Dee. I love Dee Dee. Okay, so
she's cute.
Okay. So Cushman was first called Minersville. Okay, that was the first name of Cushman. It was called Minersville, Arkansas.
Okay.
And what I found out, I took a deep dive into Cushman history before I started studying the cave itself. And Cushman was the center of a manganese mining company. Now, I used to teach science, which are probably like, oh my gosh, you always talk about your teaching. But I taught lots of different things. I taught for many years. And I taught science in middle school.
Snoozer.
Okay. Well,
I'm just kidding.
I love talking about, all this kind of stuff. Like, I love talking about the periodic table, all that stuff. So this was right up my alley. Okay, so manganese is an important ally. Or did I say ally? Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Alloy. Manganese is an important alloy in steel. So this was a very fortunate find for the people of that area. So it went from a very wild, wooded wilderness area to a booming mining town in a very small period of time. And this happened in about 1866, give or take. So eventually, though, it was made into a town. That happened in about 1886. And like I said, it was called Minersville before it was called Cushman. And Cushman, or Minersville, whatever, was the center of what was dubbed the manganese district, and it was basically the geographic center of all that. And they used to carry the manganese by ox cart to the White River so it could be shipped, and eventually would be shipped all over the world. So that was a major thing. It was really interesting. So
for
also,
all 400 people.
Exactly.
Sorry.
So about this time, no, there was only like 250 back then. I even looked at the population back then. About this time, the Iron Mountain Railroad was built, and that, of course, went from St. Louis. That's where you're from. It went from St. Louis to Little Rock, and of course, this traveled through Newport. So they would. So they wanted to construct branch lines into the mining fields, into those mining fields near the area of Batesville. I didn't say this before, but Cushman is in close proximity to Batesville, Cave City, that whole area. So they started building these branch railroads. And then, unfortunately, while blasting through, because that's what they do, while blasting through some very difficult wooded areas, a worker was accidentally killed. Ooh. And I don't really have much more information about that, but, they stopped the project, and the company was sued. So that was it. Yeah. That was it for the railroad branches.
The mining?
Gotcha. No, there was still some mining, I think, going on.
Okay.
But in 1906, it was officially called Cushman, and after World War I is when it went from a mining town to mostly timber and agriculture. Now, during this time, though, of course, the townspeople would explore and find different things, and they found the cave. And the cave was the cave that we're talking about, Blowing Cave, and the cave was very popular. And they would have parties and dances and picnics and all kinds of things in this cave area.
The cave?
Well, and I've watched several
around
videos.
The cave.
Probably around it, maybe at the front of it. I don't think they were like getting into the cave, and but they did have lots of social gatherings at the cave. And I thought that was really interesting. But it began being explored around the time the town was established. So they quickly found this cave. So anyone who visits the cave now, though, has to have written permission. I thought that was really interesting. So it wasn't until the late 1940s and the early 1950s that there was okay, let me do that one again. I'm going to cut this out. It wasn't until around the 1940s, 1950s that there was renewed interest in this cave. And that was after a book was written by a science fiction writer who I took another deep dive to learn all about this dude. Yes. Oh, yes. So a book was written by science fiction writer Richard Shaver, who alleged that during his time, because he says he was in the area, during his time in the cave, he saw what he called mysterious and hidden. During this time, he saw what he called a mysterious and hidden underworld lurking beneath Blowing Cave.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So
interesting.
Yes. There is a claim that Blowing Cave is one of 5 There is I'm going to have to redo this part. I'm getting tired. There is also a claim he made that Blowing Cave is one of 5 entrances into a secret underworld.
Oh.
Yes.
Now, okay.
And let me kind of explain that, because apparently, according to this, there are 5 entrances in the world, and one of them is right here in Arkansas.
Okay. Well, so is this like Stranger Things type situation?
I didn't think of it like that. I did not think of it like that, but yeah, I think you're right. I guess it's the portal. I guess there's 5 portals to the underneath. I don't know.
Okay.
But according to Richard Shaver, one of those 5 portals is in Independence County, Arkansas.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
of course it is. I mean,
yes.
Come on.
Yeah. So there are also several stories about people going into the cave and not coming out. But what I wanted,
that's creepy.
Yeah. But here's the thing about that. I wasn't able to find any specific cases of that. So I really want to go back and look for, I want to go to the library in Independence County.
Independence County.
Yes. And look at some of the old newspapers from the time and see if I can find any incidents in Blowing Cave, because I might want to revisit this one again, maybe this summer or something like that. We can talk about it again.
And I want to go to this Cushman cave. I don't want to go into it like we talked about, but because we're not, cave people.
Well, no, we're not cave people.
But I have done a wild cave tour. I have done a wild cave tour.
I went to a cave in May, remember?
Yeah, we did.
We went to Blanchard Springs. Okay, so I want to
see this.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested now because this Richard Shaver is his name. Mm-hmm. He sounded really kind of cool, but kind of wacky at the same time. Mm-hmm. So he alleged there was this mysterious and hidden underworld lurking beneath Independence County, Arkansas. Mm-hmm. And he actually published this, and it was called The Shaver Story. It's also been called The Shaver Mystery, the most sensational true story ever told. Now, this happened at the beginning of what was that mid-20th century sci-fi craze, which I know you're probably not into all that. I kind of am. I have a couple sons that like sci-fi. So, okay. So, for instance, L. Ron Hubbard. Okay. So, this was during that time when L. Ron Hubbard was writing all his stuff, which we know later became Scientology or whatever. But it was during that mid-20th century sci-fi boom that Shaver was most popular. And for a while, he was very, very popular among readers. Mm-hmm. And I'll have some of the covers of the magazines that he was featured in on our Facebook because it's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. I loved sci-fi. Philip K. Dick, Orson Scott Card. That's the kind of sci-fi I got into.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Yeah. So the Los Angeles, full disclosure, the Los Angeles Review of Books said in an article that Shaver may have suffered from schizophrenia or something of that sort. But on his deathbed, he said that what he found in the Blowing Cave in Cushman was fact. That really happened. So he totally stood by that, apparently, till the day he died.
So whatever happened to him, whether it was in his mind or not, he really believed.
He believed.
So we can say that.
Yeah, we can say that he believed what happened when he was in Cushman was for real. Yes.
Did he describe it?
Yeah, he wrote a whole book about it. There's a whole book about it, and
is it like what is this? I mean, is it like creature? What?
Yeah, there's creatures. There's scantily clad women. Yes, really is. That's why I wanted to put some of these covers on our Facebook page because you really have to just kind of. It reminds me of the sci-fi boom of the 50s, especially. Do you remember Twilight Zone?
Yes,
kind of very much like Twilight Zone kind of thing. It's just really interesting, and I probably could have spent a lot more time researching this because I actually found this website. It's like a magazine website, whatever, that is dedicated to just him. And all of his stories, people that have interviewed him. I have found recordings on YouTube of Shaver talking. And he sounds like he makes a lot of sense in his own mind. So,
Well, good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because he believed it. So, I mean, it's real to him.
Yeah.
And to whatever.
But what I thought was interesting is anything I read in the Encyclopedia of Arkansas or the Democrat Gazette, they would mention Shaver in just about every article. But they don't really take much time to talk about his career or whatever. So I was really interested. I was really interested in him and, what was he doing in Arkansas and, whatever. So
what was he doing in Arkansas?
I think he was exploring. He was a cave person. He was really into everything kind of unknown, kind of like us, even though I don't think we're going to, I don't think we're going to do that. But, so
there could be a portal under my house.
But that is so funny that you thought of Stranger Things because I didn't. I cannot believe that, and I love Stranger Things.
I love Stranger Things.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Stranger Things, the other day I told Bo or somebody, we were talking, and I said, "Well, Stranger Things have happened," and then I go, "Wait, is that how they got the name? Stranger Things? Like Stranger Things have happened? How did I just now make that connection? I feel so stupid." Wow. Okay, So Shaver's stories were very popular, but for a very small period of time. So this is not some rando that was just writing things that somebody found in their, kid's basement 50 years later. This is an actual dude that had a publishing career. He has lots of devotees still on the web. You can look him up. I mean, I don't think he's that popular. He's not like L. Ron Hubbard popular, right? He's not that kind of popular, but he was for a time pretty popular. Now his stories are pretty dark, and but they do contain a thorough description of the underground societies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are they risque dark or just like creepy dark or?
I mean, I haven't read it all, but it's like for 1947, I guess you could call it dark and risque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Well.
Yeah, very interesting stuff. So, but also
no worse for that.
Okay, so after that, another man came forward, George D. Wright, and he backed up the claims that Shaver made about that mysterious underworld. So I thought that was very interesting.
So now there's two people seeing this weird underworld in this cave.
This subterranean society located underneath a cave in Independence County, Arkansas. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. So according to my research, there is a suspected entrance into this portal in a hidden crevice between the entrance of the cave and I guess a lake or body of water nearby. And it leads to a stairway. And apparently that goes down to a secret subterranean society, quote unquote.
Perfect.
Yes, I know.
So we're going to find this and...
No, we're not. No.
I don't really like, I don't mind to go into the Blanchard Springs caverns because they're like, they have stairs, it's handicapped accessible. Like, you can hang out. I mean, it's like people are guiding you. It feels safe. But I don't want to go into just some, because have you seen that? What was it? The Descent? Was it the Descent movie?
Well, I swear we share a brain because I have that at the end of my notes. We were going to talk about the Descent. We were together when we saw that movie. How do you not remember this stuff?
I remember, but it was scary.
It was. Okay.
I'm not going into a cave.
Well,
like that.
I don't think we saw it at the theater. I think we rented it. Okay, so let's get
back. No, I think we saw it at the theater.
Did we?
I remember theater, yes.
Okay. All right, so according to the stories,
we paid serious money for it.
Oh, yeah. Apparently, there were several reports. Actually, let me back up. There was another author named Bruce Allen Walton, and he wrote about the cave. So we're talking more than one author, okay?
Okay.
His book was called The Underground Empire, and he claimed that while exploring Blowing Cave in Cushman, Arkansas, he came face to face with a group of quote-unquote human-like beings who stood around 7 to 8 feet tall.
Oh. Okay. Wow.
Yes. And they were called they were called the Blue People, and I guess it was
the Blue people.
Because I guess
the Blue Man Group was down there.
The Blue Man Group was down there.
Remember them?
Like, dude, I was thinking when I was reading this, I was thinking about that 90s song I'm Blue Baba Dee Baba. I was thinking that one, but the Blue Man Group,
Blue Man Group.
The Blue Man Group lives underneath,
hanging out in Cushman Cave, whatever.
Okay, so
no big whoop. That's where they've been this whole time. I've been wondering.
Yes, they were on tour for a long time, and then they just stopped. So they're in Cushman in a cave.
Yes.
Okay,
they're gonna call us. They're gonna be like, "How rude."
I can't quit picturing them down there in that cave in the, there's great acoustics in a cave. So, I mean, I bet.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, yes. Were you telling me something today about that something. Am I hallucinating?
Probably.
Someone told me today something about that there was like a really, maybe it was last night. We went to, Elle's boyfriend's parents' house. Anyway, we were at the Johnsons. I think they were telling us that they have like a concert inside the caves in Blanchard Springs, maybe. And it's beautiful.
Yes, remember when we did the cave tour? They told us about the concert.
Okay,
we sat on the bleachers.
Whatever.
All right.
Well, let's go to a concert in a cave, Blue Man style. Sorry.
Okay, so Bruce Allen Walton, back to him. So during an exploration with I can't quit laughing. Oh my gosh. Okay, I take this very seriously. I'm not laughing at anyone. Okay, so according to this man, his party ran into some human-like beings that were about 7 to 8 feet tall. The beings then used an electric device that they described as looking like a communicator.
Oh. Sorry. I thought you were going to say a toaster. For some reason.
No.
Not a toaster.
It looked like a communicator or a translator.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So,
this one's funny.
Yes. I thought this was very interesting. I mean, just the whole thing. I mean, I love caves in general, but just the thought that aliens, or not aliens, whatever, subterranean people would choose Arkansas. I love it. I love it. But that's not something that we heard of, a lot. In fact, I was doing some extra research in caves, and there are actually over 2,000 documented caves in the state of Arkansas. But only a handful of those are open to the public. So
only one of them have the Blue Man Group inside. Sorry. I can't help myself.
Okay, so some of the caves that people are more familiar with are, of course, Blanchard Springs, the Onyx Cave. I've been to both of those. Old Spanish Treasure Cave in Sulphur Springs, the Rock House Cave in Morrilton. That's not far. We should check that one out. And then the Hot Springs Secret Cave in Hot Springs National Park, and then the Cosmic Cavern of Berryville, Arkansas. And apparently the Cosmic Cavern is the largest cave in Arkansas. Yeah.
I've only been to the Blanchard, I think.
Yeah. I've been to a few. I like caves, but at the same time, I really get kind of scared, down there in the caves, even though I love the weather because it's always cold in a cave, and you know me, I run hot. So I love how it feels in caves, but it's just the fact that we're underground, and it's just it's not a good feel for me. I don't really just love it, but I think they're beautiful. And the last cave, the cave we went to in May was very pretty.
Yes.
Yeah.
With all the stalagmites and whatnot.
Yes.
Yes.
So anyway, let's see here. What was I? Okay, so I did find this out that in 2016 there were 3 college kids that got lost in Blowing Cave, but they were found by first responders like the next day.
Oh, good.
So that's the only incident that I was able to find during my research, but there probably are more. They just may not be easily accessible on the internet.
I guess, can people just go in there on their own, not guided? It's just, you have to have written permission.
I found all that out because they're very picky about the times that the cave is open. Now, this is specifically from the official Facebook page, okay? They offer what's called a wild cave tour. Now, let me back up. It was closed for many years. It was closed for many, many years. They had a graffiti problem. A lot of people were very destructive to the area. I'm sure that it really was tough on the biodiversity of that area. So, and that's not funny at all. That's terrible. But the new owners, there are new owners that are trying to restore it, revive it, and, just kind of make it a tourist attraction again. However, they're very, very narrow on the times and days that they let people come in. The tours, the tours are only on Sundays, but you can rent the cave. A party of cave explorers can go in, all that. There's miles.
I thought you were about to say you can rent it for a party, and I was like, oh,
no.
We can have L Sweet 16 there.
With the Blue Man Group.
Cushman Cave.
Yes.
Do what?
It's a Blue Man Group performing.
Yeah, she'll love that.
All right, so this is from their official Facebook page. It says the Wild Cave Tour. You are provided with gloves, helmets, headlight, and a guide. That's pretty cool. Be prepared for 5 to 6 hours of crawling. That's not cool. Climbing and wading through water. Okay, yeah, I'm done.
Nope.
In the cave. You will get to see salamander pools, waterfalls, and magnificent formations, and it's $50 a person, and you must be 12 years or older. So that's pretty cool. That's a lot. That's a lot for your buck right there. So, but I will tell you this, that they're very strict, and you cannot go into that cave without permission. And it is regularly patrolled by the Independence County Sheriff's Department and by the Arkansas Drug Task Force. So anyone that goes into the cave has to have written or texted permission from the owner, or they may get in trouble for trespassing.
So, question. Never mind.
Okay,
I forgot.
And also the sign, I've got to read this to you. And the sign out front also says, and I quote, visitors being on the property agree to the following. Owner is not responsible for any injuries, heart attack, stroke, abduction by aliens, or ghosts.
Excellent. So my question is, on their Facebook page, do they have any instances or share any stories, or do people post?
Well, I mean, I think there is some, yes. But, not like just a whole lot. I don't think a lot of people go to it anymore. I think people have just kind of forgotten about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to revive this. People, go check out, what is it called again? Go check out the Blue Man Group we're going to get a rumor started.
Whatever. The blowing cat.
Hey, the Blue Man Group has
we did not talk enough. We did not talk enough about the humanoids. I keep trying to think, what does a humanoid, or what does a subterranean human creature look like? And then that's when I started thinking about the movie The Descent, which I did not enjoy that movie. Whether we saw it at the theater or at the house, I don't know, but I did not enjoy that movie.
It was creepy.
Well, I felt so claustrophobic just watching the movie. Now, it genuinely scared me, right? It was like that other movie we saw that one time, The Hills Have Eyes. Like, that put me off like horror movies forever. I remember we saw The Descent at about the same time, and The Descent it was disturbing. It was creepy.
Well, just the dark and just all of that.
Well, and if you don't know what The Descent is, it came out in 2005, so that would have been a year or two after college. So we were in our early 20s at the time. So
yeah, that was the year I got married.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So The Descent came out in 2005. It was directed by Neil Marshall and starred Shauna McDonald, Natalie Mendoza, and Alex Reed. I don't know any of them, but I'm sure they're awesome. They were awesome in this movie. They were really good in this movie because they had me scared. So I looked at what they referred to as the humanoid creatures, and the humanoid creatures, quote unquote, were referred to as crawlers in the credits, and that they were supposed to be cavemen that never left the cave. Now, is that not creepy? Cavemen that never left the cave. They evolved over thousands of years living down there in families. They've lost their eyesight. They have acute hearing and smell, and they function perfectly in the pitch black darkness. So very creepy. very creepy crawlers. So was it crawlers that they saw? Was it people that had evolved from being cavemen?
Oh.
I don't know. I thought that was an interesting story.
Yeah, I'm not going to find out.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I am not going in there, especially if it's not like, if there's not an elevator or stairs involved.
If there's not an elevator or a lighted path, Lisa is not going.
The Blanchard Springs has both.
Yes. And I love that. I go every couple of years. I go at least once.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to go again. We went with some friends in May, and Kayla was there. Kayla was there.
We went with your school.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a good time.
It was like
yeah.
I have something that we talked about at the beginning. So we were talking about how Alice from the Brady Bunch, do you know how old she was? Oh my goodness, you were right. She was 42.
Oh my gosh.
I'm feeling sick right now.
What is her name in real life? What's her name?
Sorry, it is Ann B. Davis.
Ann B. Davis. Oh my gosh. So
and
Ann
she
B.
was
Davis,
42 the year it started.
Well, you just turned 43, so you're older than 43. Alice.
I am literally older than Alice.
You're Alice,
and I feel like, oh my goodness, if I look like Alice, please, someone.
Poor Ann B. Davis.
I know. I mean, she looked like 7. I mean, I thought she was 70.
No. It's the hairstyle. It was the hairstyle. But yeah, so,
oh my goodness.
So we could just refer to each other. I'm Alice season 1. You're Alice season 2.
Yikes.
Okay.
Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. So that's all I have for this episode. And do you have any follow-up questions for me?
Oh,
please don't say the Blue Man Group again.
Well, what do they call that when you have like your residency, like they're doing their residency there or something? They're like
what? Yeah. Like they're doctors, like it's Grey's Anatomy, but it's Blues Anatomy.
No, like when you go to Las Vegas, like Adele or like Maroon 5 has their residency.
Yeah, it's a Vegas residency. You're right.
So the Blue Man's Group residency is in the
Cushman Cave. Oh my goodness.
We're probably going to be like, seriously, but no, I did want to just briefly pull up. We did have some comments on the Unexplained Arkansas Spotify. So I just wanted to kind of, we talked about that. Your mom said,
oh my gosh,
Paula Kay said to do this. So we're doing it.
I think the first comment was from my mom.
I think it was. It was okay. So no, this one's from Tara, our sweet little Tara that we've known since she was born, maybe. She says, I find it, this is funny. I find it interesting that an advertisement for McDonald's fries came up exactly at the time that y'all were discussing your multiple McDonald's visits. Oh my goodness, Tara, text me if it keeps happening. And then this one's from Ruthie, or if Captain D's pops up. This one's from Ruthie, but this was actually her mom, Kim.
I think it was Kim that.
Yeah, she said, this is actually Kim. Y'all did great. Excellent chemistry and just a great show. I love her. She's so sweet.
I do too. She's married to my cousin, so she's technically family. I love her.
She is family. And then this one is my family. Rob, this is Rob, my brother-in-law. I just love him. He is a big fan. He says, very interesting, and you had me laughing all the way. I loved it. This was on our first episode, the Gertie one. And then Daryl, my husband, says, excellent. He's like, I think
the comments from our friends and family.
I'm like, thank you. Oh, so this is the second episode. So this is Christy. So this is your aunt.
Oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. I'm kidding.
I love it. I love this. She says, I am not a true crime or scary movie person, but these two ladies make this very interesting and at times funny. Aw, that's so sweet of her to listen because she's not into these things. So look at you, Christy. You're the best. And then Paula, your mom, she says good. Good.
making these posts.
This is good. Yeah, this is good. She says, Kim again, this was fantastic, girls. I had no idea about this story, so thank you for sharing. So this one was our second episode. So she is so sweet. She has been so encouraging for sure. So so yay. So please continue to reach out. We tell them about we got invited to. We got an invite,
but we got an email from someone named Amy, and Amy sounds really cool, and she gave us a lot of interesting information about a Bigfoot conference. Some things that we are probably going to try to do this spring. So we're going to take this show on the road.
So we're gonna Bigfoot, and then the Blue Man Group, and we're gonna explore Arkansas. Seriously,
yes.
And we're gonna explore the unexplained. But please, you guys, so we need you to do some things for us, guys. We want you to follow, rate, review. We are on the Instagram.
Quit putting the in front of it.
No. I'm going to get this started. The Instagram and the Facebook. And then you can email us at it's just unexplainedarkansas@gmail.com.
Correct.
And Amber is working on getting us on the other platforms. Correct, Amber?
Yes, it should be happening by this weekend. So Merry Christmas.
Don't even.
Yes. But we love Spotify.
We love Spotify. Daryl tells me that everybody either has Spotify or should have Spotify.
Hey, it's my favorite. I have had Spotify for years, and I have so many playlists. I don't even know. I've probably 100 playlists that I've made.
I wasn't on Spotify because I refuse. I have a thing against apps on my phone, adding them. So I had Pandora, so I would listen to my podcast on Pandora.
Oh, okay.
So but we are working on getting on Apple, and I really want on Pandora. Is there anything else that's, reach out to us, people. Yeah. Just, I don't know, but I feel like if you do Amazon, Apple, Spotify, surely you're hitting, the big stuff, right?
Yeah. We'll be out there. And, like I said in the very first episode, it's going to take us, a few episodes to kind of get the hang of things, get the right technology, the right equipment. So if you have followed us this far, thank you. We sincerely appreciate it. We're having so much fun. We love having you along for this wild, wonderful ride. And we hope to bring you more episodes. Now, we will have them coming in more of a regular pattern after the Christmas holidays, but we are taping several through Christmas break because we're both out of school and we have time to do it. But after that, they'll start coming just once a week.
Yeah.
Right
now, you're getting 2-for-1 deals.
Yeah, 2 and 3-for-1 deals.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is it. That's all we have, and that was a lot of fun. All right.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. See y'all later.
I love ya.
Okay.